Welcome to Character Development. I'll be showing you how to flesh out your characters, as well as explain character development in the game Noctum. We'll be learning about personality development, weaknesses, and of course, a foreboding character background. Personality can be a pretty complex thing. It can be a daunting task to think of creating one. But before we freak out, let's break it down and look at a simple but very important item: primary motivation. Now, primary motivators are the overwhelming reason your character gets out of bed in the morning and faces the evil waiting for them. These are some examples. Some will be harder to roleplay and some will be easier. This really depends on your personality. And as a little secret, your own personality is subdivided into many different aspects, and you can focus on those certain ones. So let's take a closer look at one of these difficult motivators. Torment. To inflict pain and suffering on others and or the self. So the first thing we'll probably think of is a serial killer. However, we can drop that assumption for just a minute to discuss other reasons for this motivation. Let's say the character is grief-stricken over a recent divorce, but this character doesn't tie people down and rip off their nails. Instead, they verbally abuse people before they can get emotionally close to the character. They find other insecurities and expose them. They point out everything another person has ever done wrong by them. From this point, we can expand on our character and choose 3 words to describe their personality. We can say they are judgmental due to their fierce, demeaning remarks, sensitive, showing their insecurity, and emotionally unavailable because it hurts them too much to get close again. Weaknesses. Weaknesses sound like the last thing you want to add to a character, but it actually makes a lot of sense. Making a perfect character is easy, their motivations can be held high on a pedestal, and they do no wrong. But it's boring. Flawed characters might not want to face horrible darkness, especially if it's internal darkness. So, continuing with our character, let's look at these weaknesses. So let's pick irritable, sadist, and drunk. These can easily be explained by our character's motivation and his personality or her personality traits. Let's say he's easily insulted, or she. Let's say they're a sadist and loves hurting other people, and that they're drunk and use it as a coping mechanism. And now we have 3 more ways to define this character. And next is the background. Now we just need to add up all of the parts together. Our primary motivation, which is torment. Our personality traits, which we chose as judgmental, sensitive, unfeeling. And finally, our weaknesses that we just chose: irritable, sadist, and drunk. So we should explain two of these personality traits here because they actually don't work well together if we just look at them really quickly. And these are sensitive and unfeeling. Kind of an oxymoron. But since these opposing traits do exist, let's try to explain how that could be. So, we could say that the character is sensitive to other people's judgment, and unfeeling could be better described as distant. The character has a serious problem with getting hurt emotionally, but has no problem hurting others. We could trace this back to their abusive stepmother or a traumatic childhood experience, and those will both work. So we'll just say it's distant. Now, let's connect personality traits with weaknesses. We can connect judgmental to sadist because their judgmental, demeaning remarks bring them sadistic pleasure. And we could connect sensitive to irritable. And we can connect distant with drunk. Now, to further explain these, sensitive to irritable by saying that when the character is emotionally attacked, they become irritable because they are so sensitive. And distance to drunk, and explain that in order to remain emotionally distant from all the painful feelings that they do harbor within them, our character is chosen to become a drunk in order to avoid all of that. And really, all you have to do after this is make up the people that the character knows, the places that they've been, all those horrible places they've been, and the moments that made the character this way. And you've got a character with a full background. Doesn't need to be an essay. It doesn't have to be 1,000 words or anything like that. It's really just that you can connect all of these different traits together and show why the character is this way. And that's really it. So, it's great working with you guys again. I hope this campaign's going to be awesome. Can't wait. And that's it, really. Catch you later.